but I do believe that we're moving on as a online community. I won't say a TI, but an online community on what this topic or what this situation is. It is an interesting conspiracy. I do believe gang stalking is real. Because me personally, I'm not dedicating all this time. Like I said, I've researched many conspiracies, not like heavily, but pretty decent amount. Um, Gang stalking is definitely the realest conspiracy on the internet. Like it's so real that it's happening in real life. You can prove it circumstantially at least. But I want to talk about because I heard another target again. I don't usually do this, but if I do, I don't feel like shouting this dude out because I fucking don't like this guy's channel. So if you've seen his video, but I'm gonna elaborate because it's something that I've thought about, but I didn't think about making a video on. Is that you're looking at the world through a gang stalking lens? I've spoken about it before. You learn the conspiracy online, but I'm gonna go into details about how this shit is a conspiracy online that fucks your head up, but is real. It goes with the Mandela effect.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna be talking more about the Mandela effect too, because I think that shit's real.
I think that was made up by fucking intelligence agencies.
Basically, CERN opened a portal, and we're living in a different timeline where things can change overnight, including things in your house.
That's just a psyop.
Like if you hear about people gang stalking testimony, something gets moved or changed in their house. It might not be a person doing it. It could be the Mandela effect. It could be the parallel universe, quantum computer glitch or some matrix glitch.
You see what they're doing?
But this YouTuber, he's in the TI community, doesn't do really a great job of explaining it. Newer target, but he at least is smart enough. This I know he's a real target at least. He's not doing a great job showing that.
Listen, how hard would it be, right, for the intelligence agencies to take a couple stories that everybody knows about, right? Everybody knows about these, like Sinbad. Everybody knows about, Arthur Mandela, or everybody knows about these couple of stories, the Mandela effect, right? They do everything they can, right, to scrub the original off, and then they put out the fake, the fake reality, right? And then they just sit back and let people see how many people notice it, right? Because they want to see what they can get away with changing. They want to be able to change history without people calling them out, without people, saying no, that's, and having the proof to call them out. So this is what they come up with the Mandela effect so that they can just erase history, right? And then blame it on something else. And to where people are like, oh, it must be another Mandela effect. That's it. It's just the Mandela effect. Don't look any further into like the intelligence agencies, scrubbing something off the internet, or the FBI changing the official story of what happened, so that they don't lose any control over the people, any public trust, right? Think about it. It's not that complex.
On evidence, but he doesn't seem completely fake, but it's not someone I would vouch for. He knows that you're looking through a lens at this world, that you're being gang stalked. Everything is gang stalking.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Fuck! Hold on.
What did he do? Did he just snort a big fat rail of coke? Accidentally stab himself in the nose with a straw or something? I'm sorry, but what? Listen, if a real targeted individual is not going to sit in their car, okay, their vehicle, right, and do drugs. I'm just saying, like that's why would they ever do that when there's you know what I mean? They got a target on their back. Like the law enforcement and people like that are looking for any chance they can to fuck them over or to get them in trouble. Why would they ever go jump in a car to do drugs and not worry about it? Like it's just second nature, right? If they are targeted. So I'm calling bullshit on that. So Matrix Dakota though, he'll spark up a bowl.
Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm messed up real quick.
Yeah, you are messed up.
I'm at least not driving right now. I'm parked up.
Oh, okay. He's not driving. He's parked up. So he's in his car doing drugs, but he's not driving. So he's good, right? Until he is driving. You gonna sit in your car and drink alcohol? I'm not driving. Think about it. You can't fix stupid, though. You really can't.
Sorry about the delay. But this target at least knows that
The delay. Had to do some drugs.
you're programmed, and I've heard this from other people, you're programmed to think everything is gang stalking.
No, you're sensitized.
Now, for me saying that, a normal person's like, oh, well, you're stupid or you're mentally ill and you saw something online and now you're crazy and you think you see it everywhere. That's not what's happening. You are seeing gang stalking. You are seeing the patterns. If you're smart and you're articulate, you're a good TI, you're not like someone has a lot of problems in their lives, you're not like up for 10 days on meth or something. So if you've been gang stalked and you're listening to my live stream right now, I'm not denying that you've been gang stalked.
You're not doing
If
drugs
you
in
are
your car, you know.
a smart person. Now, I don't know you, but I'm just saying, if you're like a crazy person or you're like a really stupid person or you're autistic
You'll be doing.
and you saw this online and you think like one headlight's, now when you see a one headlight's a gang stalker, you're wrong. Now, I'm going to go over, like,
Dude.
there's so many things I've been wrong about from.
He just described himself. That's what he did. He's like, now if you like, you know, you just do drugs all the time and you've seen this online, and then now you look around and everything, you think everything is gang stalking, like you're wrong, right? Well, you just described yourself, dude, like completely. You said about the autism thing, the retarded, the stupid, you know, talking about doing drugs.
Learning this shit online, but it's also my fault. Like,
Yeah.
in my gang stalking, I was filming a lot of evidence at this time. Don't get it twisted. At this time, I was filming a lot of one headlight evidence put on my channel, my old channel 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I walked into a restaurant where there was cops eating lunch in a pizzeria, picking up a DoorDash. And because I saw a bunch of tactics, these cops, they're all uniformed out, you know, fucking big cops. I was going to confront them and be like, dude, are you here because of me? In my head, as a TI, seeing all the tactics leading up to picking up that order at the DoorDash restaurant, pizzeria, seeing those cops, like in my head, because I saw through the lens, those cops were fucking staged to eat lunch because I was going to pick up that DoorDash order. You see how that works? Do you see how that makes you look crazy?
No, only
when you would never fucking think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it only makes you look crazy if you did go up to the cops and you said, "Are you guys here for me?" Or you went around telling everybody, "Look, they're here for me. They're here for me." That's what makes you look crazy. But you just use common sense. There's no way you will ever be able to find that out unless they admit it, right? So then you forget about it because there's nothing else you can do about it.
Okay, I have my own issues, but come on. I'm not that fucking crazy, people.
No, just stupid.
The only reason I would think that because I'm looking through a lens of I'm being gang stalked, I'm a victim, like the strongest boss says.
The lens you're looking through. And then you get mad when somebody else is like actually targeted.
The world is coordinating this attack. Now,
it's weird.
The world could be coordinating the attack on you. Like, I think it does happen.
I don't think so.
For my targeting story, my testimony, what I believe there's certain people in the general public that know who I am. Like, I do believe, like, I am a little bit famous, but, like, I either messed up the fame or people, like, don't care anymore. So I think it's, like, a less than 1% percentage of population might know me.
You like a little bit country, too? Just a little bit famous, you know, a little bit country, but a whole lot of rock and roll? Or you just straight rap? we understand, you're famous and everything. That's why you have to keep changing your channel name and stuff, right? Stay away from all the paparazzi that's chasing you around.
Me or something about me or something, but
It's your intelligence.
I don't
dude.
believe, as far as the gang stalking goes, the program being after you, the government surveillance program, like, yeah, there are the tactics, everything's happening, and it's abnormal, and it's not stuff you ever saw before, and it should never happen to anybody normally.
I'm confused.
It's happening on a consistent basis. It's a targeting of sorts.
Not happening, but it's
But is it
happening.
this fucking well-oiled machine of the general public getting gift cards, and it's a spy surveillance program? Everyone's in on it except for the TIs.
No.
That's just like, it doesn't.
Everyone's in on it, but they don't know what they're in on. You get it? It's compartmentalized. It's not that confusing. Just a couple big words, right? You gotta understand what they mean. It's compartmentalization. They're only told what they need to know, and they're given whatever whatever satisfies them to make them happy, right? To get them to do whatever it is that someone else wants them to do. Everybody has a price, right? They're not going to ask questions if you're giving them what they want. They don't want to lose that. If you're giving them what they want, they're just going to say okay and shut up.
Work. Because why? Like, someone would spill the beans. Like, there'd be some way for us.
Would they? What if they had to sign a non-disclosure agreement whenever they signed up for this? And part of that non-disclosure agreement means if they do anything, even accidentally, right, or just kind of through a course of their actions, they don't mean to, but what if they reveal some tactics and methods, right, of the surveillance agency without even meaning to do it, right? Well, that would be considered like treason, like espionage, right? They would get exactly the same treatment, if not worse, than Edward Snowden, Julian Assange. You would never hear from them again. You understand? So how is that so hard to understand? That's pretty easy to keep everybody quiet. If you just use you just use your iron fist and that's it. And if they don't stay quiet, they get locked up. Simple as that. You never hear from them again anyway. So how would you hear about it then? How the hell would you ever hear about it?
For us to know about a one headlight program, okay?
One headlight shit. I don't think it's the drivers. I think it's
like, I'm gonna give you a one headlight update. Like, dude, when I was filming that one headlight shoot,
here we go.
That was absolutely an organized program. Now, to say it's gang stalking, I don't believe that anymore. But it was absolutely some type of organization where if I go somewhere, I'm going to have one headlights follow me.
Because the technology that they use, I've seen them be able to do things with wirelessly affecting electronics, right? They can wirelessly affect pressures and temperatures, right? Pressures, temperatures, and things with electromagnetic frequencies, right? So why wouldn't they be able to turn a headlight off on a car remotely? The driver don't even know. You know what I mean? You think it's the driver doing it. Meanwhile, it's somebody sitting in a fucking computer in an office building in Maryland and working for the NSA, laughing their ass off, turning off headlights all around you on cars.
Now, I've gone into theories about that. It could be... I'm starting to think the drones are knocking the one headlights out when they want to track you or something, or it has to do sensors or something like that, drones. Right?
Yeah, I don't think it's drones, buddy.
You're not getting paid with gift cards, okay?
How do you know?
That would leak, okay? Someone would spill the beans. Like, fuck. At this point, I need to sound like a fucking perp, okay? And I know I'm going to sound like a perp. I'm warning you. Shit, if I was getting paid $1,000, $2,000 a week.
Listen, I see a lot of people with gift cards. I'm just saying. Now, you're not going to go around questioning everybody, where'd you get your gift card? Where'd you get your gift card? People don't just go around buying gift cards to spend. They got them somewhere. Where'd they get them? If you notice, a lot of people have gift cards, and it's not around the holidays, and, where the hell are they getting them from?
a week. I'd be driving around one headlight if I knew, because it doesn't cause a lot of damage and no one knows what it is. If there was a job that's like drive around with one headlight, no talking of targeting, like they're just like drive around with one headlight, like why wouldn't I do that? You know what I'm saying? So someone would talk about that. I'm a TI and I would do it at this point because
they're not controlling the headlight.
It'll be a way for me to expose it first and foremost.
And then what do you know? The manufacturers of these newer vehicles, they also put a feature in the newer vehicles that when they turn their turn signal on, it shuts the headlight off as well on that side. And that's just another thing added to it, something you're already sensitized to, right?
Because I can do it and I can expose it. Because knowing what I know now, it's not fucking affecting other TIs. Like, that's just not happening. Like, if I were to drive around with one headlight and get paid for it, there's not thousands of TIs in my area that are going to commit suicide because I do that. It's not going to even be one of them. Like, dude, I would be falling on deaf ears. Okay? So, like, what is the significance? Like, I drive around, and the reason why I would do that is because, dude, I've seen 10,000s of them. Like, I used to get 500 one headlights a day in the daytime. Okay? It is a...
Okay, so think about it. Think about it. So then you're thinking about one headlights constantly, right? So whatever the purpose is, whoever's doing it for whatever reason, what did it cause you to do? It caused you to be thinking about one headlights all day long, right? So then where would that be? Why would anybody want you to think about one headlights all the time? I don't know. But I know that they're working on Neuralink, right? And they have to decode the human biometric signature of everybody to be able to come up with this new technology that they're literally working on right now. Is like the most premier technology. It's going to change the world, and they're working on it right now. Doesn't that make sense? That what we think is gang stalking is actually just stuff directed, put in front of us to get us to think about certain things while they grab our data or the patterns of our biometric patterns off of our cell phones. Think about it. It's not that hard to come up with. It's not that hard to realize what's going on.
It's a real program. It is a real thing that has to do with targeting. But it's not something that's like, we're here to kill you and we're all in on it type of deal.
No.
But that's what they want you to think because they want you to crash out. Gang stalking is the crash out program.
No, they want to...
That's what the shit is. It's basically a crash out.
No, they need to discredit you when you're done. You know, they got to do all this stuff to you. And it's going to cause you to think about certain things all the time, right? So you're going to sound like you're going to sound nuts. If anybody who's sitting here thinking about one headlights all day long, it's going to sound like a crazy person, right? So they're going to take advantage of that, and they'll have no problem helping you step right into that role, you know, of mentally ill whenever you're done, so they can discredit your ass.
Out program. It's a mind trick program to make you crash out. No. To take a normal person that's not liked by the government and get them in a situation where they self-police and self-crash out. That's all it is.
They would like that. I don't think they care, though, if you do. They're still getting the data either way.
So, when you're under the lens, let's go over that. Now, because this happened to me in real life, every red car is a gang stalker.
That's
okay?
Not true.
Now, I tried to do, and I'm not saying I'm doing any justice by doing this, but I try to actually scientifically determine and not let it affect me, but like be like, all right, well, I saw one red car, so that's not a gang stalker, but I just saw 10 in a row. Like that, I would.
So you see what you're doing? You're playing right into their hand. You're sitting here. Not only are you thinking about red cars when you see the red car, there's 10 red cars, but in between, you're thinking about red cars even more, because you're thinking about the red cars that you just saw. You get it? You have to have some power of mind. Control your mind. Control your thoughts.
I would have a criteria for stuff, right? Categorize stuff.
Yeah.
I saw 10 red cars, so at least some of them are gang stalkers. Like, maybe not every single one, but yeah, that was a gang stalking moment.
Maybe
a lot of the stuff you see on the road, like a lot of this stuff is stuff you see in normal life that they trick you to think is gang stalking, like UPS trucks FedEx trucks. Now,
Now
let me
that-
give you an example. I like this blunt.
Hey, now if you're gonna say that they're not following people around, then like I'm gonna call you a perp. Because it's been released in the news and the media and everything that they are working with law enforcement, they're working with the government to absolutely track and surveil us people with facial recognition software, GPS, so they can see exactly who goes where, when they go where, and they have a database that they share with these logistics companies, and we're not allowed to have access to it.
This blunt, but I'm gonna give you the perfect example.
Perfect example.
When I lived in North Carolina,
North Carolina?
I lived right next to UPS.
Is it North
Yeah,
Carolina?
I was even thinking about getting a job. I'm talking about.
Hold on a second. Is it North Carolina or is it North Carolina? I'm not sure. I can't tell if is there a place that I'm not aware of called North Carolina?
I could throw a rock if I was a fucking Major League Baseball player 3/4 of a way to the UPS. Like, it was literally, if you're able to cut through the woods, half a mile, like a quarter of a mile from my house.
That's a wow.
So they have.
Hold on, you can throw a rock a quarter mile? Holy shit. Dude, you should be playing for baseball or football or something if you can throw a rock a quarter mile.
They have a bunch of UPS trucks. It's a dispatch center. 18-wheelers, all that. So I could have heard online, oh, UPS is stalking me. And then I live next to a UPS distribution center, and I would see 10 UPS.
See, you live next to a logistics distribution center that specializes in logistics, and you don't know what the word logistics means. That's funny.
UPS trucks leaving at the same time and think, oh, UPS is stalking me. Do you get it? That's not even possible. We have people like King Mansa. King Mansa is probably the fakest. Like, I talk a lot of shit on De Facto on here. King Mansa is the biggest fake when it comes to, like, he just doesn't even believe it. He's just doing this shit for money. De Facto might believe in some of it. I think he's a fucking, like, he's an actual agent, gang stalker. I don't think Mansa's a gang stalker, but yeah. That's bullshit, man, what he pulls on his channel.
I never watched them. Never watched them.
But another thing is FedEx. There's so many things I was wrong about, and I'll be one of the first TIs to tell you.
FedEx?
That's not to say that all my evidence is wrong. I'm sure a lot of my evidence is right and it shows something, but I don't think it is showing for a lot of it. I'll say this now, 4 years later? It's not showing a gift card gang stalking program where people are being paid. Now, it is showing the targeting. It is showing things that shouldn't be happening. But there's other explanations to it. Now, there are certain things that are just hands down. It shows these people tell you through my channel, through the harassment, yeah, dude, we're watching you, we're fucking with you. But it's not as much as I think it was, okay? Like, I did make more of a big deal about my gang stalking. And I've said that before. Everyone does. Because you want to fucking... That doesn't mean lying. That means... you fucking scream loud about fucking little shit. You know what I'm saying? That people don't fucking...
Because what they're doing is absolutely fucking wrong in every sense of the word.
Fucking care about. And you don't really realize that people don't give a fuck about it.
I do.
So,
I realize it.
I absolutely got things wrong. But especially in my last apartment, my last 2 apartments, but the last one for sure, there was an organized neighborhood effort with the government, with drones, with illegal immigrants getting paid, you know, not normal illegal immigrants that are working, but ones that are fucking being handled by the police.
You said that, but I've never
That
seen
was definitely going on.
Never seen any evidence of that. I just heard you talk about it.
The drone is just like hands down type of stuff. The break-ins.
Hands down.
Like, dude, I think, like, honestly, I'm gonna make a whole nother live stream. I think I was drugged at my last apartment. I don't know how they were drugging me.
No, you're drugged too. You were
But
doing. Listen,
I know myself. I know my own.
you were doing drugs every live stream, dude. What do you mean you were drugged? You were literally doing drugs on your live streams.
Psychosis, if you will. Like, I'm not crazy, but I know my own tics and things like that. You know, if I go in I think everyone goes in like a slump.
You grow your own weed? Where did it come from?
You act a little bit more manic. you do things that you shouldn't usually do because you're depressed or something, or maybe you're not as outgoing, like things like that.
You're on drugs?
Doesn't mean you're fucking crazy. Just like, there's things that you do as a defense mechanism psychologically
When you're on drugs?
that are fucking other people don't do and shit. It's not as bad as other people's ticks,
You mean,
right?
you mean sober people?
My experience.
People that don't do drugs?
So there's things I get wrong, if I drink heavily and like whatever. There's things like let's say if I start drinking heavily every single day, like I'm gonna start saying more crazy shit, getting more angry, things like that. So I take accountability for my own actions and things like that.
When do you do that?
But no, that last apartment, there was definitely a psychological gameplay. I was being drugged. I believe directed energy was being installed in that specific apartment.
He was drugging himself, and he was directing the energy at himself.
I haven't experienced anything like it, like mind control, weird fucking shit. Like there's all these different fucking stories. It could be spiritual. It could be demonic possession.
Oh, it could be that now too. Huh?
Like there's a lot of explanations. There's a lot of spooky, weird things that happen, right?
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, there was a harassment campaign at my last apartment, for sure.
I never saw any evidence.
Now, again, when I moved over here, 666 stuff started happening. That slowed down because of the election, because this is a government program, and I still believe that. Because there's so much hands on deck in the intelligence community about...
Okay, now it's 666 stuff, but it's not spiritual now. Okay. Anybody else following this? Because I'm not. I'm still confused here. I think you just take every single thought that comes into your head and you run with it. You believe it. If a thought goes into your head, you just believe it's the truth and you talk about it. You got to learn to filter out the thoughts that come into your head. What's a good idea, a bad idea. They're not all yours. They're not. You don't have to state them all. You don't have to. You just sound like you're just using word salad. You're saying everything that comes to mind.
Elections and spying on real threats. There are real fucking people out there that are a threat that aren't being targeted by the gang stalking program. So every time this stuff happens, or if we're going to war in Syria or there's something, the gang stalking dies down for everybody. That's what I noticed, right?
Mine hasn't. It's actually ramped up.
Like there is a government effort to silence whistleblowers, people that are conspiracy theorists, that are smart, that are capable of gathering attention. That's what I'm going through. In the mind control, and I'm just being real with you guys. I'm not saying gang stalking is fake. There's other targets that are really going through the mind control, experimentation, silencing, psychological warfare.
They can only control a mind if it's weak enough. They can only control your mind if you let them control your mind. So yeah, if they're controlling a bunch of TI's minds, it's because they're weak-minded, and they're allowing it to happen.
Fair programming that's hidden behind the shadows, that entails gang stalking. That is absolutely real. There's a couple of you people on YouTube, absolutely. Other people, it happened like a couple years ago, and then like you're not a threat. You're not saying things that label you as a threat. Like you're kind of under the mind control spell. Like they're not wasting the resources on you. You were being gang stalked. Like I believe a lot of people fall under that filter. You're transitioning into a normal life. That's what's happening to me. That's what happens to a lot of targets. Financially, you transition to a normal, like they don't keep up with the...
See, he thinks that his situation is like cookie cutter. If it happens to him, it happens to everybody, right? If he thinks something, some delusion comes into his head, some idea comes into his head about his own situation, he projects it. And he tries to believe that it happens to everybody. It's the same for everybody then. Because it's happening to him and he's so important.
The financial sabotage, they move more into honeypots and long-term shit and just watching you and experimenting on you type of shit, dude.
You might be right. I'm just saying, though. You say it as if you know and you don't.
Trust me, this isn't some shit where I'm going through bad luck.
Sorry, I have a problem with that trust you thing. When you've knowingly, intentionally come out and made up bold-faced, blatant lies about me that you know are not true, I got a problem trusting you.
And I think it's gang stalking, and I saw some patterns. Trust me, dude. I'll be the first to tell you. Like, there's no pride involved. If let's say, I was like retarded. I thought I was really being gang stalked, and I was just seeing a bunch of stuff that's coincidences,
I can do
and
that.
then it stopped happening for a long period of time. I'm the only target that would fucking come on here and be like, okay, well, maybe I was wrong, but I still think it's a weird thing, and this and that. I think I was maybe possessed by demons, but I would come on here and tell you like, oh yeah, it wasn't a big deal, and
Sure you would.
I'm not coming on here like, dude, I'm not saving face.
Never heard you.
I don't have any fucking interest in being in this community and talking about this. Now, maybe 2 years ago, a year ago, no.
But yet he continues to talk about it with every live stream he does, and he says these little things that are like, he tells on himself that basically you can deduce based on what he's talking about that he has this envy or something. He just has this, I don't know why he has this this hatred for me, like, for instance, right? And I don't attack his your character and try to call you a liar and everything for no reason. Call you a liar when you make up lies. Okay? And I call out stupid ideas when you present stupid ideas. And I give credit where credit's due. When you give good ideas. And I've done that in the past. You won't acknowledge that.
2-3 years ago, in the first year, yeah, maybe you can argue that I wanted attention and stuff like that. I was being weird. I wanted attention. Yeah. But no, dude, I'd either stop making videos, talk about other subjects. There's no pride issue, and I was wrong about gang stalking. Like, I want to be wrong about gang stalking.
Right.
I want to be the crazy person that imagined everything at these apartments, and it was all coincidences, and it was all like fucking spirituality and crap.
You want to?
I'm telling you, I swear to God, dude. Like, people come on here, oh well, you want to build this big channel? Like, bro, I have 150 subs. It's unmonetized. I don't ask for donations. It's been years. There's no tricks up my sleeves to get money. Like, if there's one thing you can't accuse me of, is like I'm here to make money or something. Like,
exactly.
It's been years,
so,
dude. Like, oh,
exactly. So it's there's no obvious reason why you're coming on here doing this. Why you're coming on here discrediting other targeted individuals, and why you're spreading certain narratives that are just plain wrong, that anybody can see, or is just wrong. It doesn't help any TIs. There's no clear reason, that I can see why you do that. So why do you do that? Why is it that you just delete your channel, whenever you say you want to build a channel, but then you just delete it? Why is that? That's weird.
He waited 3 years to make $100. Like, he made this whole grand story up to make $50 in AdSense. No, that's not how it works, man.
Like, you couldn't possibly get paid by somebody else. You act like that's not even a possibility.
So,
who's paying?
Yeah, man, like, I pretty much got up, moved from Pennsylvania to North Carolina on whim.
North Carolina?
I was already being surveilled. You can see videos I'm making on Alex Jones and exposing the real psyops with Donald Trump, the right wing, fake Triet movement. There's a reason why I'm getting targeted here. I'm exposing real shit.
It's just funny that you discredit the same people that the government wants to discredit. Like, that you you call out these people that as like their agents and stuff, the same exact people that the government would love to shut up. They'd love to silence. It's like you attack those people as well. Just like you have this hatred, this visceral for Trump, and it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense either. You hate anybody who practices their constitutional rights, right? That doesn't make any sense. You have all this hatred towards everybody. It's like Trump derangement syndrome, but just in general. Like I said, like you're mind controlled.
Other people have too. I learned this from other people. There used to be a lot of people exposing Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's why I got targeted.
A lot of people that got paid by the government to do it?
Because hypothetically, if I'm right, I've been exposing Alex Jones since 2017. If he's a controlled asset that's supposed to do January 6th and Donald Trump's controlled, these groups would definitely target me. You know, these are intelligence agencies.
What?
And
you mean just like they targeted him to basically break his bank account? Why would they target somebody else who's doing their job for them?
Target other people too.
Doesn't make any sense.
You know, there's people talking about Alex Jones that fucking have died of quote unquote suicide, just like how he claims the Clintons have all these bodies and things. There's people that have died talking about Alex Jones.
Like who? Who? Huh?
So,
who has died talking about Alex Jones? I'm curious now.
But yeah, this whole thing, it's like Mandela effect.
No. It's like government psyop is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Mandela effect is real.
No, it's not.
So, I want to do another whole live stream on gang stalking being like a Mandela effect.
Because they told you it was real?
Adjustment Bureau type of situation. The chosen ones are the people that are remembering the old Matrix, the real world, before we merge into this parallel universe.
Yeah.
You're labeled as a chosen one because you remember it, because your soul is special.
Yeah, I saw he was. I did see he was like 11 points ahead here a little bit ago.
11?
Yeah, that's. I just heard it just in passing. I wasn't looking for it. But.
It says they're still waiting on one.
You're not these NPC simulation matrix robots. Like, you're one of the people that transfer consciousness, that remember the old reality, that aren't easily programmed. Because these changes, I used to think gang stalkers were breaking in and changing things or doing this and that. It really could be Mandela. Like, every day you wake up, because the computer isn't perfect, the quantum computer, it can do, like, think about it. If a quantum computer was like simulating the real world into a parallel universe, it would make little tiny mistakes, like little holes in your wall, or fucking, you know, things in your car, scratches on your car that weren't there.
It's funny though that they try to slow things down in PA, huh?
But it goes deeper than that. I'm just telling you, like, it does. And I'm not the only person talking about this shit. Like, the Monopoly man used to have the monocle, the one eye piece, the eyeglass piece. Even everyone I know remembers the Monopoly man having that monocle, and they're trying to say the Monopoly man never had a monocle. Like, that's fucking insane. There's something going on. There's a lot of Sinbad, doesn't have freckles. Everyone knows Sinbad used to be a super light skin black dude with freckles. Now he doesn't have freckles. There's like so many Mandelas that are just like in your face. You can ask anybody, and that's not how it was.
I thought you were talking about the counties in Pennsylvania. If you look at the counties.
But I'm about to turn this DoorDash on, but I want to explain a little bit.
2020, Pennsylvania was red.
Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
And so the whole state ended up blue because of the amount of voters in Philly and Pittsburgh. Isn't that crazy? So they know exactly where to target. And Johnstown is one of those areas now. In Boone County, because of, you know why, right? Because they created it.
But yeah,
turned it into one of these.
When you learn about gang stalking, is when you're gonna start seeing it more. Now, I don't just believe it's just, oh well, you learned about something online, and then now you're just seeing it more because you learned about it. Like, people have tried to do this thing like, oh, I just bought a Toyota. Now I see Toyota. Like, I just bought a Ford Mustang, and now I see more Ford Mustangs. Like, that is real. Like, because you bought a Ford Mustang, you're going to notice it more. You're going to see it more. But it's not on the same level as gang stalking. Like, this stuff has to do with manifestation, man. One time, I swear to God, this shit happened, dude. I try to mentally, I'm like, all right, let's see if this is like mind control, because I'm under the gang stalking lens. I'm being followed and surveilled by a fucking group that's monitoring my every move. They have cameras in my house, and they can maybe read my thoughts. And they're dispatching gang stalking tactics from a gang stalking headquarters of whatever I think of, right?
Watch.
So I thought
It's gonna be coming up
peach,
soon.
okay? Because that's the most rarest thing. You know how people say think of something rare and then you'll see it on your phone, like zucchini, and you just talk about a zucchini on your phone microphone and you'll see it on the ads.
Yeah. I
I'll have
thought
to fucking
retard
kind of
and then
end
Matrix
this
Dakota
live stream
came
pretty
on.
soon. So, people talk about that. Like, they'll have even a news thing about it. They'll, like, talk about asparagus, and then
He's
they'll
all
have their
high,
phones
he's
on the
sitting here
table. They'll
smoking
talk about asparagus to each other, and then YouTube will have an ad for asparagus.
Okay.
So you think of something rare that you shouldn't see in the next 30
Okay.
seconds, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, if you think about a dog, you might see a dog later. That's not rare, right? So,
That's
you
common,
go to,
common knowledge now, dude.
I did this in my own mental head. I didn't say it out loud. I said, I want to see the color peach. So I want to see a peach car, a peach this, a peach that.
You go looking for a certain color.
So I
You're gonna
literally
find it.
leave my house, my apartment. This is my old apartment I was living in. I go to the dollar store and I see a white dude. He's wearing a black shirt. He's like a chubbier white dude in his 30s. Like a regular schlub white dude, spiked hair, sandals, and he has peach
Peach-colored skin.
colored khaki shorts on.
So what?
Bright peach colored khaki shorts.
You think it was?
That's within 5-10 minutes of having that thought. This stuff happens to me all the fucking time.
Dude, you could repeat that same experiment with every single different color, and every time when you go out and within 5 to 10 minutes, you're gonna find that one thing that is the color that you're looking for, because you're looking for it. It's not that hard to understand.
I'm able to predict things where it's basically like, I call it the V2K demon whisper,
It's like
where something will be like this.
It's like tarot card readers, right? They can predict things too, right? That's what you're doing right now. You're predicting things. Your predictions can apply so broadly to anybody or anything at any time that you think that you're predicting something.
And it seems like me trying to predict it, like my own thoughts, like because I do weird shit like that, or I used to, but I don't do it as much now. Or it's literally predicting what's gonna happen. So it's telling me it knows every little intricate detail of the simulation of what's gonna happen. Way like more intricate than, God, how they explain God knows everything. It's mimicking God. It's not God doing it, but it's something that's like, I can mimic God.
Oh. He's God now. He's got the God complex now.
And that's associated and attached with this experience and all this gang stuff.
You should lay off the weed.
It ain't just me. I'm not special. It's associated with this experience. If you're a real TI.
No, it's associated.
Directed energy works like this as well.
No, it doesn't.
This stuff's coming from your own mind, your own subconscious, but it's something that's connected to your internal subconscious, your internal soul. It made a soul connection. Quantum computer soul, like your soul was separate, was your own little computer thing, like galaxy within your fucking own mind.
No, I think they're just flooding us all with thoughts that we didn't have before. They figured out how to send information wirelessly to and from the brain. And now they're not only capturing all of our data, brain data, but they're flooding our brains with different ideas to see what they can make a person do. How powerful is the power of choice and the power of mind? Can they overcome that? And apparently they can with some stupid people like this.
This entity that's doing the gang stalking, which gang stalking is real. These tactics are real. The tactics you're seeing aren't supposed to fucking happen. They're only happening because of you there. They're meant for you to internalize it. They're for you. But is it always the government paying people with gift cards? I don't
I
believe
think it's
that.
ever the government.
Are you always right when you see a tactic? No, you're not. You're right some of the time.
You're not right.
More, let's say you're a mentally ill person, you're just guessing, and like there is something happening, you're just a crazy person, you're making wild guesses in your head, and you think you're right.
See, that's why I don't do that. I ask the right questions. I don't make all these crazy, wild assumptions. I just simply ask the right questions. You know, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I don't know. How should I know? I don't have the proof. I don't have the evidence. I'm not going to waste time saying it's this and saying it's that if I have no way of finding that out. Don't you get it? That's just a big waste of your time and getting you to think about something that they want you to think about. But I have no problem pointing out these things and saying and asking the right questions so they can't call me crazy, so that it sparks that curiosity in the viewer's head so that they start asking the right questions as well. And then they wake up and see what's going on as well. And enough of us start asking the right questions, eventually we'll start getting some answers.
And let's say that was happening and you were right 2% of the time. Like, that's not what's going on. You're right. You might be right. I believe the number is probably between like 20. If someone's guessing what gang stalking is in their own individual life, and they're honest and they're not trying to just guess, I'm just guessing here. This is an estimate. Between like 20 to like 45%, maybe 50 or 60%, you might be right about. Other stuff is just coincidences, and you're just playing fuck.
You just gave like an area that's like half. It's like 50%. It could be like 10 or 20 or 40 or 50, 60%. Like, come on, dude. This is like everything that you say, all your theories could fit anything at any time.
Fucking wrong. But still, you should be 0%. That's what I'm trying to get. Like, there should be 0% of you being right about this. Okay? So something is happening, but it's not what we're learning online is what I'm trying to fucking get to.
I'm not learning anything online.
So I believe that we live in a simulation. There's a quantum computer that's an overlord of this world right now. It wasn't always like this. I think this...
Dude, look at what you're doing. You're teaching weird, crazy stuff online that you have no idea of knowing whether it's true or not. Instead of just asking the right questions, you're coming up with all these crazy psyops that there's enough stupid people that they'll jump on it and run with it. That's why we're seeing so much brain rot with people that are on the internet all day, every day.
This happened between like 2010, 12, 13, 14, 15, that era, right? Not before 2001, because I just could tell.
You could tell.
We have all these chemtrails and nanotech. We got all these fake stars and drones. I don't know if you guys can fucking see this.
As far as the drones go...
That's a drone right there. Okay.
I never said that it wasn't a drone. All I'm saying is asking the right question. What do you have that makes you convinced it's a drone? Because based on your video... Any normal person will look at that video and say, dude, it's a star. You're crazy. And that's the whole point. But yet you keep doing it anyway. Why do you keep doing that? Why don't you just go do a little more research and get some other information? Think outside the box. There is free and open source programs right now. You can go and you can download and you can get more information and answers. If it is a drone, you can establish if it's a drone. There's different ways to do that. And identify the operator. You won't do that.
And how do I know that's a drone? It's because there's light pollution.
That doesn't prove
you
anything.
Can't even see the stars in certain areas of the sky. Well, you can barely see them. Dude. These are all drones. There's a fog of light pollution from downtown. When there's light pollution, there's foggy skies. Like, you can't really see the stars. You have to drive in the middle of the country. I've driven up and down the East Coast. Like, you have to go on the highway, drive in the middle of Virginia where it's fucking pitch black dark and there's no cities within like 50 miles. And you can see tons of stars. Like, there's thousands and thousands. These are all fake drones. They're all low altitude.
Dude, you're just seeing different variations of atmospheric interference. That's it. If we have like a like a low pressure or whatever, or something pushes out and clears the atmosphere, and we have really clear skies, you're going to see a lot more stars. It's just real simple.
Compared to the atmosphere, and they're fucking fake. They're for surveillance. To map out and grid out everything for the police state. If they have the technology to do it, why wouldn't they?
They can do it with the satellites, dude. Why would they need a drone to do that?
Siri, show you again. Again, do you think you'll be able to see a planet? Like, dude, there's like 10 of these.
Yes.
You think there's more than
Yes.
of these stars that you can see that are fucking fake planets than actual planets in the solar system?
Oh my god, dude.
Okay.
Why is there? You only show one at a time, so how am I supposed to know?
This is how this shit works. There's literally dozens and dozens and hundreds of these fake star satellites, and they can lock in on anybody's cell phone. Like your cell phone is carrying a signal, so your cell phone from the satellite map has your picture next to your cell phone number, right? And if you're in your car, you're moving on a satellite map, and they can just zoom in and track in on each cell phone number. Oh, that's Samantha Smith. We're gonna move our stars and our satellite system. That's what the fuck is going on. It's for anybody.
Hate to tell you, dude, but they don't need a fucking drone to do that.
Buddy, it's for any terrorist or any person. Its targets are the guinea pigs. Like, I'm a whistleblower on this. It's not that difficult to figure out.
What a whistleblower
People have
is.
said that you can point lasers, and this is other people, not me. Multiple people. You point lasers at these fake stars, they start moving and shutting off, and because a laser will disrupt the radio frequency of the drone and fuck it up.
Yeah, so why don't you record that?
So that's what the fuck is going on.
Why don't you record that?
It's not that difficult to understand. Now,
Jimmy
there is a drone or whatever. There is a system that surveils me, but it's not as aggressive as I think it is. It's not like, oh, well, they launched 2,000 satellites because of me. No, it's for everybody. They can lock it in on anybody. Just imagine you're looking at a map from the sky that has all the roads, and everyone's cell phone shows up on the map, and you can dial into the cell phone through the drone and lock in with AI and follow that car or follow that person automatically.
You mean like with a
That's what
satellite?
I concluded what this shit is. It's a Skynet. It's not that difficult to
They
understand.
already have it without drones, dude.
If they have the technology to do this and no one from the general public is telling them, no, we don't want this, why wouldn't they do that?
Why
It's for
would they?
fucking public safety. It could help.
No.
What they're doing is they're testing it out. Wow, that shit's fucking... I was about to say that shit's moving, but a
Why
plane's
would
actually
they?
moving
Why
under
would they
it.
do it if they don't have a need for it?
And again, you look at planes go under it. If it was a planet, like, dude, it's like only a couple 1,000 feet above this low-flying plane.
Dude.
I've seen planes fly over the stars
Really?
and satellites that are higher than it.
How you-
I've literally seen planes fly way higher than what people like Targeted Patent is claiming as a plane.
What?
Like, I've seen that star. I've seen planes that go way, 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 way higher than that fucking star. That's not how fucking stars work.
Dude, you can't.
The stars...
Dude, you can't tell how fucking far away the star is. That's how fucking stars work. You're looking at a light in the sky. It's a burning ball of gas millions of miles away. You can't tell if it's right there in the atmosphere or if it's fucking millions of miles away. How the hell would you know how close or far away it is?
are always behind the planes. Like, you fucking figure this shit out. This same person, this is how you know Targeted Patents are perp. Because when I first put these drone videos up, he said, one time I put a laser on it and it started moving.
No
And the
flashlight.
one's following me. And then he recently left a comment. How do you know that's not a planet? He's paid to talk.
No.
He's handled. He has a hand up his ass.
It's called a question. Don't you? You know, it's a good question. How do you know it's not a planet? How do you know it's not a planet? Don't you want to answer that question for your viewers to convince them? Think about it. If you can answer that question and show your viewers how you know it's not a planet, then they'll be more likely to believe you, right? I'm not saying, dude, you're an idiot, you're blah, 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 you're fucking wrong, it's a planet. I'm asking a question. That's not how you know I'm a perp, because I'm sparking your curiosity. I'm getting you to ask the right question so you don't keep sounding like a retard.
his ass. And the hand is called law enforcement. That's up Target Patton's ass. How do you go from I point a laser at the same thing you call a drone and I seen it move, they're drones, to 2 years later, a year and
No, it was a flashlight. That's when I realized, okay, if you see a drone, it's because they want you to see it. They want you to record it. Get it? They get you to record it, then they call you crazy because it looks like a fucking star. So it doesn't matter if it's a star, it doesn't matter if it's a drone. You record it, you make yourself look crazy and every other TI look crazy. That's the point. I've told you this before, you still don't get it. I didn't go from this to that, and I've always maintained the same position on this fucking drone subject. That's why you don't see any videos on my channel of me recording fucking drones. Get it? Do you get it? Everything they do is designed to get you to react or respond. And you just keep doing it.
a half later. Oh, I didn't know that planet. I know that Jupiter. Yeah, from Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Altoona, Pennsylvania, huh?
Yeah.
See,
Like this targeted pen.
See, this is why. This is how you know that he's like obsessed with me. He watches everything I put up, I guess. Because I put what was it? I mentioned Altoona in a chat today. I was in somebody's chat, and they were accountability for all. I was in accountability for all's chat. They were going over restaurant reviews, and people were putting these nasty reviews about restaurants. And I just shared a story about how the cook from Outback Steakhouse in Altoona, PA, got charged with urinating on a steak because the customer bitched about their steak not being done right. And other than that, I don't remember the last time I ever mentioned Altoona, PA. I couldn't tell you when the last time I ever even mentioned Altoona, PA. So what are you talking about mentioning Altoona, PA? Unless you were just watching everything I do and you saw that Altoona, PA thing earlier when I said about it. I don't know.
And sound like a fucking penguin. Can anyone answer that fucking question?
What's a penguin sound like?
Me, my daughter Delia. Me, my son. Me, JB. Me.
Says my daughter's name. Okay.
He really does talk like that.
Like
Something
what?
wrong with that fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Such a lying sack of shit, dude.
What am I lying about?
Anybody denying drones on the gang stalking algorithm is a perp. We're not just talking about Patton. Anybody that's
Again, I've never denied the drones. I'm not denying the drones. You gotta learn the difference between somebody just asking a fucking question and somebody calling you a liar, denying your evidence.
anybody that's ever denied with all the fucking evidence. There's more evidence of drones than anything
Bro, of people looking crazy.
on this fucking gang stalking album. That's the only thing you can prove, that the drones are being nefariously operated.
Nobody has proved anything.
An illegal spying. Well, it is legal for them to do it, but they're being shady by lying about it.
No, it's illegal for them to fly a drone over your property. It's absolutely illegal. They just made. It's been a couple years since they passed that. Nobody's allowed to fly a drone over your property. They're not allowed. It's illegal. You understand that? Or did you ever even look into that?
And
It's not legal.
it's probably the easiest thing we can get legislation passed over.
It's already passed. Look it up.
Like, I lived in North Carolina,
North Carolina.
and I was making these claims about the drones, and yeah, I was kind of dumb making the claims because I didn't know for 100% fact. I was kind of I should have done some more research before making the claims. I agree on that.
You still should.
But I went to the airport because I was at the RDU, Raleigh Durham Airport, to return a rental car.
Because you're targeted, you can rent cars all the time.
And the rental car place is literally attached to the airport. So you see planes taking off very low, like literally right above your head, like right off the runway.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these drones was parked. They followed me aggressively to the airport, right? Mm-hmm. They parked over the airport, probably a couple miles away, but very lower than this. probably around the same as that height altitude. And imagine there's planes coming and leaving that way, right? They're leaving, they're going under that. Dude, the planes were taking off super low. Like they're supposed to be like taking off and going up. They were going under that drone. They were going out of their way to go under the drone and not.
See, you talk a lot. Like a lot. Most TIs, most targeted individuals, they understand that they have to show something. So instead of like just saying some crazy claim like that, they would record it and then compare it to a normal situation and then show those two situations. That's how you can show an anomaly, or you can actually lend credibility towards what you're claiming. You show it. You don't ever do that. You just make stuff up and talk about it. That's all you do.
Going at the uphill altitudes that they needed to be going. Like they're literally taking off in a straight line to avoid the drone. So years fast forward, I went to the fucking police because I went to internal affairs because I was being targeted by the police there
How many times
in North Carolina. And I explained the drones and shit, or maybe I didn't tell them this,
What'd
but
they say?
I seen the drone. I told them that like I was at the airport and the drone followed me there, and that the planes had to go under the drone. So years later, after that happened, like a year later, I look in the news. I can pull up the news article that RDU Airport has a huge drone problem. Like people are putting drones outside the airport. That's a huge safety hazard. That they have to like ground flights and all types of shit because assholes are flying military $10,000 and $50,000 drones and just parking it outside the airport.
It's a no-fly zone.
Which one of the drones can go into the engines of the airplane and fucking make it crash. And you're gonna see an attack. There's someone that just got arrested, a white supremacist that was trying to attack a power plant with drones. You're going to see an attack with drones.
No, we're going to see a news story about an attack with drones.
And it's because there's not enough legislation on getting these things out of the...
No. We're going to see a news story that's claiming that they attacked, part of our infrastructure or this or that, a power plant with drones. They keep saying it. This cuck's saying it. But we're not actually going to see the attack. We're just going to hear the mainstream media telling us about it, right? And... if you believe it, you're a moron.
Fucking sky restricted airspace and fucking prosecuting drone pilots for fucking violating the law.
They do.
Like, there should be drone cops. There should be air police. Yes, I said it. There should be police in the fucking air arresting drone pilots, arresting helicopter and plane pilots, and tracking them.
Look it up.
Shooting like sticky tracking devices onto their fucking aircraft and then fucking arresting them at the airport when they violate the law. And they should go to jail. Like, literally, you pilot something and you fucking get off a tarmac and you go to fucking prison to prevent this fucking shit. Like, one day you're fucking flying a drone, the next day you're in a fucking jail cell. That's how you stop shit like this. Well, we're fucking white guys and we're so fucking smart.
Well, here's the racism.
We're so fucking smart that we can let fucking other white guys fucking attack the country. Fuck yeah! Just like the gun laws. Oh, I'm a redneck. I get a bump stock. I get to sit outside a polling station in camo and act like a poll watcher. And I got an AR-15. I got a bazooka.
You know who has more illegal guns than anybody in this country? Is predominantly poor and African American communities, right? Black people. I'm just saying. But rednecks are the problem. Rednecks are the problem with the guns, right?
But a black man got a gun in his car, I go to jail for 20 years. Redneck. Yeah, I'm fucking retarded.
You're having an illegal gun.
Fuck you. Guys are idiots, dude.
No. Idiots are
Americans are the biggest fucking idiots ever.
The only idiots are the people running around with illegal firearms. So a firearm that would get them put in prison for 10 to 20 years. If you're legally carrying, open carrying, whatever, a firearm that you purchased legally, there's no reason that you would be thrown in jail for 10 years. Sorry, just ain't gonna happen. It's only gonna happen if you possess a illegal gun or a stolen gun. But can't fix stupid. So he's going to get mad at legal gun owners. Because legal gun owners are allowed to carry their guns around.
Yeah, I'm a poll watcher. I have a fucking ski mask on, bulletproof vest, camo. I'm watching the polls. I got my AR-15. I got a suppressor, a couple landmines, a couple claymores, a couple fucking nukes,
Yep.
bazooka, tank. Poll watcher. Watching polls. I'm making sure that democracy's
It's,
I'm making sure democracy's safe right there.
it's a deterrent. And guess what? Nothing
Saw a
happened,
fucking
right?
black guy with a gun in his car. Let me fucking pull him over, give him 10 years in jail. But you know, I'm allowed to watch a poll and sit outside of a Capitol building, fucking
Dude,
50 cal Barrett in a ski mask.
Learn
Like,
your rights.
as long as the ski mask is camo, then it's legal.
learn your rights.
I'm a
Dude.
fucking redneck. I mean, don't you
nothing
see
to do
my
with
beer
what color
belly,
you
my
are.
fucking suspenders? Like,
It has nothing to do with your colors.
fucking tell. As long as I'm wearing tactical war stuff, it's legal. I mean, if the Black Panthers have a gun out, that's a big deal. But I'm watching the polls,
See,
right?
and this is how you know if
Watching the poll. I'm gonna make
this is how you know Matrix Decoded is fake, right? Because all he's doing is spreading all of the very specific narratives that the feds try to spread, right? That they try to spread to create false flag operations. They try to, influence people to break the law. They manufacture crime. They try to spread this idea of racism, spread the stereotypes of hillbillies with guns, right? It's all the same exact subjects that the federal government wants to suppress or promote. Racism, that's what he's doing right here. It's clear as day. Every single thing he's saying is like aligns exactly with the government.
making sure no one steals the polls as I clench onto a fucking AR-15, point at your fucking face. I want this election stolen.
Election
Yeah,
intimidation.
I've been. Don't tread on me. Do not tread on me. I'm a slave owner. I have a bump stock. I was like, don't tread on me.
Slave owner, huh?
You're not allowed to do anything, but don't tread on me. Though.
Why wouldn't you be allowed to do
Watching
it?
the poll right there. Come on.
Why couldn't you do it?
Fucking amazing. The stupidity of this fucking country.
Dude, it is. I'm telling you.
Goddamn fucking amazing. Like, just put a fucking computer as president. Like, if I were to suggest America should have a quantum computer as president, there'd be all this outrage.
Did he really just say, put a computer as president? And you wonder why people are stupid. I need my smartphone. I'm done without my smartphone. Even though I have the internet at my fingertips and I could look up anything I want to, I'm just going to assume everything and never look anything up.
Outrage, right? But instead, you want Kamala Harris and Donald Trump?
No.
Dude, if you voted, you're no longer an American. That's how I feel. If you casted a ballot, you're a fucking moron.
I didn't vote.
Rahan.
Just because Trump is
Seriously, anyone that voted is a
cops and
fucking
email.
retard. Like, your vote fucking matters.
It could.
Yeah, I'm about to go inside, man. Wait,
Enough
this
people-
fucking DoorDash as I'm being drone stalked.
If enough people voted, it could.
There's been, oh yeah, let me tell you about these drones.
Okay. Like you guys were already.
You see, hold on, let me leave that line. You see that flashing light going towards the left of it? Like, dude, these drones
Cell
are
phone?
like, these drones or whatever these things are.
Cell phone tower?
They're like airports in the sky. Like, I swear to God
Like a
that they
tower?
direct traffic. Like, they will have planes just flying under them all day. Like, I've seen some pretty amazing fucking stuff. Like, it's like the planes fly under it as like some type of, like, they're taking orders from the drone. Not all the planes that fly near it, but I've seen it in certain circumstances, and they have a satellite. Like, there's even a drone for the drone. If you look to the right, I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little drone.
Listen, the drones are being stalked
Yeah,
by
you can
drones
see it,
now.
right?
Listen,
To the right.
you hear them? The drones are being stalked by other drones now. I'm just saying, look at this, okay? All I see is a light in the sky. It may or may not be a star. It may or may not be a planet. It may or may not be a drone. There is no way to tell for sure. In this video, there's nothing in this video that gives us anything to hint one way or another at all. All it does is make you look crazy. That's it.
To the right. top, right? There's like a fucking satellite drone. When this first started in
Satellite
2021,
drone.
I swear to God, there was only one
What is a satellite drone exactly? Anybody know what a satellite drone is? That's a new one for me. I've never heard of a satellite drone.
in the entire fucking sky. Like you see that bright thing it was just that. Then it turned into two. It would be two of them that would be next to each other that were bright like that, right? And 4 years later, it's the entire fucking sky. Like I'm observant. I'm a whistleblower to what happened. Like they
Not
were
what a
launching
whistleblower
these
is, dude.
things.
It's not-
Whoever's doing this shit, whether it's a private company or they're just launching this shit.
Now listen, a whistleblower discloses information that they have, actual information, inside it, knowledge. You don't have that. You're just saying what you think. You're not a whistleblower. Not a whistleblower at all. You're just one of these people that are part of, the idiots in society. That's all you are. You're not a whistleblower of anything.
Shit like fucking hotcakes. But yeah, those drones direct planes under them. Okay, they're like directing planes.
The drones are directing air traffic now, huh?
So this stuff has to do with the military. I've also seen those stars, like that drone I'm showing you. It'll be a drone for like hours, and then it'll turn into a plane too.
Really?
Like I've seen that as well. So if you put any type of magnification onto
You
that,
can't record it though, right?
you will see a red and blue safety FAA light behind that star or whatever you guys think it is.
Behind it.
You will see it. It's pretty like, bro, if it's a star, if you can't even see it through a telescope, it'd be so far away.
So
this
what
thing
if-
will be fucking blinding you. It's so close
What
within
if
the
I
Earth's
was-
atmosphere.
What if I was on the
So
what if I was on the other side of it? Then the red light or whatever wouldn't be behind it. Then it would be right there and I'd be able to see it, right? I'm just saying. Why is this drone seem like it's at a distance for everybody? Wouldn't it actually be close to somebody? If it's so close within our atmosphere, then wouldn't that make sense that it would actually, you'd have somebody making videos where there's a drone like right there recording the same light you're recording, only it's way closer to them? I haven't seen that.
this is some type of advanced technology. These are some type of like satellite drone hybrids, drones that can stay in the sky permanently. These are like military drones or some type of private contractor drones or something. They're contracted through the government.
Are they?
But yeah, they do direct air traffic. There was something with Boeing that was happening. Like there are things like, oh, you just said that
Word
you
salad.
you had these misconceptions and things like that. No, there's still theories that I don't believe heavily in, but I experienced this in real life, like the planes synchronizing and the military craft flying in a direct straight line over my coordinates, like perfectly straight line,
Pull up the flight radar.
planned,
Yeah.
everything.
Dude, pull
Not
up-
all the time. Like there's times that's happened where it's not like that, but there's so many times where it's happened.
Dude, pull up the flight radar app at about 6 p.m. 4 to 6 p.m. sometime, and zoom way out once. And just look at the sheer number of fucking planes in the sky. I'm pretty sure it's not that far-fetched that you're going to get some planes flying directly over your head.
Happened like that. I can't deny it.
Look, another one.
Like this shit is fucking weird. Like gang stalking is absolutely real. Like you being targeted as a TI listening to my voice, experiencing weird shit that's not ghosts and demons,
It's not gang stalking. Either.
coincidence, circumstance. It's actual coordination and organization. This ain't normal. I know like we live in a weird world where bad things happen. It's not what you think, where it's like you're living the worst life as the victim of being targeted and no one else is being hurt. It's just you and you saw a red car. That is fake. But as far as you going through the experience and I'm calling
What
it
is
being
fake?
inducted into the supercomputer Hall of Fame. Like when you go to the NFL and you do good, you get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Like when you can
I
throw,
think as a TI, you're
Like you would if you could actually throw a rock a quarter mile, right?
Chosen one, you're being inducted into the Supercomputer Hall of Fame, where your essence and your DNA is gonna be preserved forever. That's why you're being targeted through this spiritual quantum computer journey. I think it is a spiritual quantum computer journey,
Lay off the movies.
and I think that I'm gonna go.
You know, quantum computing is not even possible yet. They have not invented a quantum computer or achieved quantum computing yet. Just look it up.
I'll go into it. Like, I believe like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
No.
There is something that's going to be happening, like an age of Aquarius shift of consciousness, where we don't, we went from living in a normal world to living into this.
It's happening right now. There's stuff going on right now that is literally separating, people within society into either, make the cut, smart enough, outside the box thinking, or dumber than a box of rocks, Matrix decoded type. That's happening right before our eyes. This is a good example of what dumber than a box of rocks looks like.
This gang stalk, weird world, 2020, locked in your house, weird Trump, queered quantum world. We're going to be transitioning into a new alien realm.
Oh, aliens now. Now it's aliens.
Where it's going to be somewhere where you can't get hurt. It's going to be completely different from the old evil world, but it's going to be controlled by aliens and quantum computers. And that's what this whole transition is about. With these fucking weird drones.
That's what it's about.
These wars, like all this shit, dude. It's the end of the world, but it's the beginning of a new world, basically. Dude, what the fuck?
Smoke another one.
I swear, another drone just popped up next to that fucking big drone. Because I showed you the first two.
You should smoke another one. Can you show us this
And
one?
something to the left of it just fucking appeared too. That's obviously a fucking drone.
Can you show it?
Like, this is some weird fucking shit, man.
That one's obviously a drone, and you surely...
Like, this is the stuff I see every fucking day. Like, dude, this ain't stars and planets. This is weird. Like, when you're a human and you have a fucking brain, you have a connection to the stars, the cosmos. Like, you looked at it when you were a kid, and you're like, wow, Star Wars, Star Trek. Like, wow, sci-fi, space travel. You feel the connection that these things are super far away. This is a freak show that's happening in our skies, and no one's saying nothing. There's a couple people, oh, I get followed by drones. It ain't we getting followed by drones. Like, the whole sky's changing, dude. We're not...
Think about that, Matrix decoded. The sky's changing, and nobody's saying anything, are they? It's just you. You're the only one saying anything. And you're not crazy, though, right? You're completely rational-minded and critical thinking, and your healthy brain, right? But you're the only one saying anything. You see how that makes you sound?
Not having stars anymore. It's these mechanical surveillance devices that are pretending to be stars. And it's not just a few of them that are blending in. It's literally thousands of them. Like, it's hundreds. Like, I can come out to anywhere in the country and point out hundreds and thousands of fake fucking stars, dude. You'd be like, well, you're retarded, crazy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I just point up.
And I'll show you all the proof, and it's so unbelievable that you won't believe it. It's just like gang stalking.
Just because you call
The
it
whole
proof,
world is fucking changing. This is a Mandela.
just because you call it proof does not make it proof. It doesn't even come close to proof. It's not even evidence, really. It's just you being a weirdo.
Mandela affected CERN PSYOP world. But yeah, let me wrap this shit up.
Said psyop, bro.
Guess there's no DoorDashes coming, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
I hope we weren't going to drive to a DoorDash anyway.
Peace.
You sound like you're hiring a kite. You know what I mean? Fucking dude sounds higher than a kite. And he was about to go do a DoorDash. He was slurring his words, dude. I've never heard him so fucked up before, actually. He's doing it in his car, waiting for a DoorDash, so he has no problem. He was going to go drive then. And then if he gets in a wreck, he was going to blame it on the targeting, right? This is the problem. This is what the problem with the whole subject is. People like this. and you try to be nice and walk on eggshells, and you try to ask the right questions to get them to, to see things from a wider perspective instead of, their own egocentric mind. But then they just get mad at you anyway, if you're attacking them or something. Ask a simple fucking question. Whatever, What are you gonna do? You can't fix stupid. You can just be good or be good at it. Peace. And don't eat no yellow snow.